Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking football managers. Now we've all seen how a world-class manager can revolutionise and change a club's DNA, build a cohesive unit and mould the club's future. I think the development of management styles and techniques in the modern era, it just shows us how important managers really are. So, here is a list of my top 10 managers in world football. These are all current managers and they're in no particular order. So enjoy the video, let's get straight into it. Alright, first up, let's talk about Brendan Rodgers. So he's currently in charge of Leicester, where he's really just turned the club around from mid-table finishers to top four contenders. He's also managed to get 2 trophies under his belt during his reign, the FA Cup and the Community Shield as well. I feel he's also recruited very well, alongside brilliant youth development to just lay the foundation for the Foxes' future, and we've seen how Rodgers has been linked with moves to bigger clubs such as Man United, and I think those skills and qualities, they don't go unnoticed in English football, so he has to make it on the list. My next top manager is Julian Nagelsmann. The biggest European clubs were battling it out to try and get the RB Leipzig boss. He had a fantastic run at RB Leipzig, taking them impressively far into the Champions League. And this superb run, like I said, made the German manager very sought after. He eventually joined the German giants, Bayern Munich, along with RB Leipzig centre-back Dio Upamecano. And the move was exciting for Bayern Munich. Nagelsmann, he's young, a modern manager who wants his team to press high up the pitch and attack quickly. I'd say he's definitely one of the best in the business. Moving on, Diego Simeone. So over the 10 years that Diego Simeone has reigned at Atletico Madrid, he's really transformed them into a European powerhouse. And in January 2021, the International Federation of Football History and Statistics, they awarded him Coach of the Decade. Now these remarkable stats from his tenure at Madrid supported their decision, and I'm sure you'll agree, they are pretty commendable. As you all know, the Madrid side went on to lift the La Liga trophy last season, and I just think that Simeone's passion and his aggressiveness as a manager, they're unrivaled, and his team is very solid, very compact and defensively strong. He's undoubtedly transformed the club and he's created a blueprint, and he's really just laid the groundwork for their future. Next up, another high-profile Argentine, Mauricio Pochettino. I think Poch may have the hardest job in world football. The ex-Spurs boss has to control one of the biggest clubs in the world whilst keeping 3 of the world's best happy, Messi, Neymar and Mbappe. And there are of course conversations around whether or not he's the best fit for this PSG job, but I don't think that talking point should really question his abilities as a coach. He spent 5 decent years managing Spurs. Yes, he failed to lead them to any silverware, but I think he did successfully reshape the squad during his tenure, and in 2019 he did lead them to their first Champions League final in the club's history. His win rate in North London was pretty impressive as well, 160 wins from 293 matches in charge. Yes, his playing style, it may not suit the PSG squad currently, and it can't be easy to work with the political restraints that come with managing 3 immensely big players. With PSG, he has already won the French Super Cup and the Coupe de France, and I guess his fate is dependent on PSG's domestic success or their Champions League run this season. But you know what, I think regardless, I think his managerial skills comfortably warrant a place on this list. Moving on, my next top manager is David Moyes. Now, in my opinion, Moyes has possibly produced one of the best turnarounds in English football history. 2 seasons ago, the Hammers were facing relegation, but Moyes somehow managed to come in and turn the club around to be one of the top 4 contenders, and eventually he landed them a European spot. I think the Scotsman's time at Manchester United, it was rough, but now it looks like he's found his feet at his new club, and he can achieve noteworthy success with his brand of counter-attacking football. I think his tactics work pretty effectively with the talent he has at West Ham, and the way he's managed to just revitalise the squad, it definitely deserves to be highlighted. Okay, next up, Erik Ten Hag. I feel Ten Hag has maybe been linked to a managerial appointment at every top club in Europe. And, well, it's no surprise really. The Dutchman has done an incredible job at Ajax and he's really taken them to impressive places. A Champions League semi-final, for example. His youth development is unmatched and he is widely recognised as one of the best managers in the world because of what he does with these young players and the way he develops them to be world class. There aren't many managers who thrive off developing talent in this way to then go and offload them across Europe for big money. And at Ajax, for example, he nurtured talents like Hakim Ziyech, Frankie de Jong, Matthias de Ligt, and Man United's Donny van de Beek as well, before selling them on in this way. And interestingly, Ten Hag is influenced by Pep Guardiola when it comes to playing style. He's a possession-based manager and he demands that his team constantly attack. And I like how he seems to just recognise how to get the best out of players that have seemingly declined in form elsewhere. For example, there are a number of unexpected players who seem to be thriving under him, like Sebastian Haller, Daley Blind, Davy Klaassen, just to name a couple. So definitely a no-brainer that Ten Hag makes my list. Moving on, Antonio Conte. I think you'll agree that Conte did a fantastic job at Inter Milan, winning them a league title after years. Now, the Italian has landed in North London after a lot of speculation about where he would end up. And Tottenham, I mean, they are in desperate need of a makeover. And I think Antonio Conte has been entrusted with the task. The boss has already implemented his 3 at the back formation with high pressing. And his training style is branded as one of the toughest in the world and is really physically demanding on all the players. His techniques definitely get results and success. It is what it is. You don't get the nickname tactical genius without being outstandingly skilled at what you do. And Pep Guardiola even said, tactically, Conte is a master. He's superb. Maybe he's the best. He's an excellent manager. I learn a lot when I see his teams. Next up, let's talk about Thomas Tuchel. Now, the German manager took over Chelsea from Frank Lampard halfway through last season, and the club appeared to be on the decline and actually on the verge of dropping out of a Champions League spot. However, Tuchel came in and completely changed things up. He switched to his 3 centre-backs and it really has worked superbly for the club. He just immediately solidified that back line. And I think there aren't many managers in Premier League history who have had a better start to their reign than Tuchel. Chelsea won 9 of their 13 matches under him in all competitions, and they've even managed to keep 17 clean sheets in the Premier League since Tuchel took over. At the start of the season, I'll admit, I did not expect them to go on to win the Champions League, but of course Tuchel's influence saw them get crowned champions of Europe. I think to guide the sides to a top 4 Premier League finish, FA Cup final and a Champions League title in his debut year in charge, it shows why he's one of the world's best. The next manager on my list is, of course, Jurgen Klopp. Now, there's no denying it. Klopp has done a phenomenal job at Liverpool. If you just look at the progress that's been made for the Reds since the day he came in charge until now, it really is awe-inspiring. He's completely transformed Liverpool Football Club. Before he came to Merseyside, Liverpool were a mid-table team and I believe they had won just 2 trophies in 10 years. Now, the players Klopp has since brought in, they work in his system and the football world has just watched in awe as he's developed this team to take them right to the top. The valuable development of younger players as well, like, for example, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Again, it just shows why he's one of the best in the business. Klopp has produced results, and for me, he will be remembered as one of the best managers in the history of both Liverpool and the Premier League. Last but not least, my final superstar manager is, no surprise here, Pep Guardiola. Now, success seems to follow the Spaniard wherever he goes. He implements this unique, clever style in all of his teams. No doubt Pep and Man City have dominated English football in recent years, and we got to give him credit for the superb job he has done. In their formidable run under Pep, they've picked up 3 Premier League titles, 1 FA Cup, 4 Carabao Cups and 2 Community Shields. Some may argue that he has spent an astronomical amount of money, but the managerial skills required to successfully mould those players to create an identity can't be ignored. Not only has Pep won 10 trophies with City, he's also won 14 with Barcelona and 7 with Bayern Munich. At one point, he was averaging on winning 1 trophy every 24 games as manager. Insane numbers. I know I said these top 10 managers worldwide aren't in a particular order, but if I had to choose a top spot of all managers mentioned, I would have to put Pep top of the list. Well guys, there you have it, my top 10 current managers in world football. Who would you add to the list? Do you think I've left anyone out? Comment below, do let me know. This video was brought to you by kitbag.com, so do check out all of their collections on the link below. I've also left you a discount code as always. Subscribe to my channel for more football content and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching guys. Bye for now.